we're a little bit disappointed we didn't get the W. We're a little bit disappointed he didn't knock Jake out. I think everybody of our generation is a little bit disappointed that he didn't stop the YouTube kid.
I was getting beat on. I realized I don't think I have it anymore because I got the ability to stay in shape, but I don't got the fighting guts, I don't think, anymore.
I'm glad nobody got hurt, and I'm always glad in any fight when nobody gets hurt, but especially Mike. Mike's my, we've known each other for 40 years, and, I love the guy, so I just hope it didn't take away from the sport of boxing and the type of show we had here tonight with like 4 great fights out of the whole card, and we want fight fans to enjoy the fights, not just exhibitions.
Mike Tyson has seemingly put an end to his storied boxing journey after his highly publicized loss to Jake Paul. Following the bout, Tyson made a surprising declaration that has left fans and the boxing community in disbelief.
When did you recognize that? In what part of the fight?
I don't know, early into the fight. I'm just sorry I let everybody down. I just don't have this in my heart anymore.
Tyson took to social media to share an emotional reflection on his fight against Jake Paul, providing fans with a glimpse into the profound challenges he faced leading up to the event. In a heartfelt tweet, Tyson revealed the personal battles he had to overcome, including a life-threatening health scare that required 8 blood transfusions and led to a dramatic loss of 25 pounds. His message, which carried a tone of gratitude and triumph despite his defeat, resonated deeply with his supporters. Tyson tweeted, "This is one of those situations when you lost but still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in ring one last time. I almost died in June, had 8 blood transfusions, lost half my blood and 25 pounds in hospital, and had to fight to get healthy to fight, so I won." The revelation shed new light on Tyson's performance and the immense determination it took for the 58-year-old boxing legend to step back into the ring. For Tyson, the fight was about more than just winning or losing. It was a testament to his resilience and a gift to his family. Tyson added, "To have my children see me stand toe-to-toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter, half my age, in front of a packed Dallas Cowboys Stadium is an experience that no man has the right to ask for. Thank you." Tyson's shocking admission added a new dimension to the public's perception of the fight. While the bout had been criticized by some as a spectacle, Tyson's message reframed it as a deeply personal victory. His ability to battle back from a near-fatal health crisis and face an opponent decades younger was seen by many as an act of courage and determination. However, Mike Tyson voiced contentment with his performance on Friday night and suggested he might remain active in the ring. The 58-year-old veteran secured only 2 rounds across all 3 judges' scorecards, with final tallies reading 80, 72, and 79. 73 twice. Despite the loss, Tyson stood tall until the final bell, leaving the ring with his pride intact. Tyson said, "I didn't prove nothing to anybody, only to myself. I'm not one of those guys that looks to please the world. I'm just happy with what I can do." Once a shadow of the wrecking ball that tore through the heavyweight division in the late 1980s, Tyson struggled to maintain his signature swarming aggression from the opening bell. His mobility seemed compromised by a black brace on his right knee, which visibly hindered him starting in the second round. Reluctantly, Tyson acknowledged that he had been suffering with an injury before the bout, but he refused to attribute the result to it. "I can't use that for excuses," said Tyson, who landed just 18 of 97 punches in the contest, compared to 78 of 278 by Paul. Tyson added, "If I did, I wouldn't be in there." The ex-champion took a moment to commend Paul, a social media sensation who has impressively transformed into a skilled boxer since stepping into the ring and turning professional in 2020. He also hinted at the possibility of stepping back into the ring himself. "It depends on the situation," said Tyson. Pressed on whether he thought Friday night would be his final appearance in a boxing ring, the Brooklyn native added, "I don't think so." In the closing rounds, Paul seemed to ease up on Tyson, wrapping up a contest that often teetered on the edge of mediocrity. As the final seconds ticked away, the YouTube personality bowed in a gesture of respect, following it up with words of admiration in the post-fight exchange. "First and foremost, Mike Tyson, it's such an honor. Let's give it up for Mike," Paul said after the two embraced in the center of the ring. He added, "He's the greatest to ever do it. He's the GOAT. He's a legend. I look up to him. I'm inspired by him, and we wouldn't be here today without him. This man is an icon, and it's just an honor to be able to fight him. And he's obviously the toughest, baddest man on the planet." Logan Paul didn't mince words following Mike Tyson's unexpected loss to Jake Paul in a highly anticipated boxing showdown that had the sports world buzzing. The Friday night bout delivered a result few had seen coming, with the judges handing Jake a decisive victory. At 58, Tyson's age was evident as he grappled with the speed and agility of his 27-year-old challenger. Defying expectations and silencing those who predicted a Tyson victory, Jake Paul secured a unanimous decision, cementing his triumph in the ring. Despite the loss, Tyson remained upbeat about the future, expressing his willingness to return to the ring. In an unexpected twist, the legendary boxer even hinted at facing Logan Paul, Jake's older brother, who is also known for his WWE career. "I don't know, maybe his brother," Tyson said. Looking stunned, the older sibling responded in the best way he deemed fit. "I'd kill you, Mike." As the bout wore on, Tyson's energy visibly waned, his punch count dropping with each passing round. Yet even under the barrage of powerful strikes, he remained on his feet, refusing to surrender before the final bell, a striking display of grit and determination. Ultimately, it was Jake Paul who claimed victory, earning a unanimous decision from the judges. In a moment of sportsmanship that eclipsed their heated rivalry, the two fighters embraced afterward, setting aside their differences to honor the magnitude of the occasion, though Netflix's streaming hiccups briefly marred the experience for viewers.
After I seen him a little bit tired, I didn't want to put too much hurt on him, but I wanted the fans to get a good experience. But there was a point where all of my aggression and like super violence and like I'm gonna knock this guy out and show him, it went away when I wasn't getting hit much at all. And
the goodwill quickly evaporated. During an in-ring interview with MMA journalist Ariel Helwani, Tyson was pressed about his future in the sport. When asked about retirement, he dropped a bombshell. Instead of the expected talk of a rematch, Tyson revealed his interest in fighting his brother Logan. The unexpected declaration stunned Jake and those around the ring, as it defied the usual post-fight narrative. Rather than seeking redemption, Tyson appeared eager to shift his focus to the elder Paul sibling, signaling a surprising turn in his ambitions. Given the buzz surrounding the matchup, both fighters are poised to pocket a substantial payday, although the official prize money remains under wraps. Jake declared at the pre-fight press conference, "Here to make $40 million and knock out a legend." As USA Today reported last month, Tyson, the famed boxer, is expected to collect $20 million. Boxing industry experts have estimated Tyson could make somewhere in the range of $20 million at various times since the event was announced last March, the report said. Meanwhile, Joe Rogan responded to the outcome of Jake Paul's victory over Mike Tyson with a harsh tweet. Due in large part to their exchanges, Iron Mike was recognized by many as the possible winner. But it has been a rough trip. Tyson decided to take it upon himself to put Paul down by slapping him across the face while he was talking a lot during their weigh-ins. But it wasn't supposed to be. This highlighted how their age gap significantly influenced the bout, leaving boxing fans frustrated that they never got to witness a peak performance Tyson. But then there was Rogan, who was just as angry. Rogan, who hosts the popular The Joe Rogan Experience podcast and is a UFC commentator, tweeted before the fight kicked off, "I'm getting ready to watch this Tyson versus Jake Paul fight like I'm watching someone cast a spell that I hope actually works. And I don't really believe in magic, but I want to believe." But he responded with 3 harsh words when the results were revealed. Rogan said, "Magic isn't real." Like many others, Tyson was devastated by the outcome, and everyone who supported him went through a difficult period. Paul even gave him a compliment outside of the arena, suggesting that the two are on good terms. Although the duo has since been suspended under the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulations rules, Paul confessed that he intentionally avoided knocking out Tyson. He said Tyson didn't need to be hurt. He was quoted as saying, "I wanted to give the fans a show, but I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt." Then, when former professional boxer Andre Ward suggested that Paul had been carrying Tyson throughout the fight, he responded to that too and said, "I did, a little bit. He wasn't really engaging back. I could tell his age was showing, and I have so much respect for him. After he slapped me, I wanted to knock him down and stuff, but as the fight went on, that feeling went away. Overall, he only wanted to give the people something entertaining to watch and didn't want to do anything unnecessary." On the other hand, Conor McGregor icon stirred up controversy with a tweet, which was quickly removed, hinting that Jake Paul's upcoming opponent might be Pritchard Colon, the former boxer who is grappling with significant physical and neurological damage after a devastating in-ring injury. McGregor's comment, "They are eyeing Pritchard Colon for next opponent," drew immediate criticism online for its insensitivity. Colon, left with a permanent subdural hematoma from a series of illegal punches in a 2015 match, stands as a stark reminder of boxing's inherent risks. Meanwhile, McGregor's comments reveal his continued animosity toward Paul, stoked by Paul's persistent calls for a showdown with the MMA icon. The backlash didn't stop there, as UFC CEO Dana White also mocked Paul, joking, "If he beats Mike Tyson, he's going to fight Clint Eastwood next." Clint Eastwood's 93 years old. This critique is in line with Paul's practice of selecting older opponents. Tyson, 58, is the most recent example. Francis Ngannou has weighed in on Jake Paul's triumph over Mike Tyson. The heavyweight, known as the Predator, has frequently expressed how Tyson has been a major inspiration in his journey to becoming a professional fighter. Now, Ngannou has sent a stern warning to Paul following the victory. Francis Ngannou, a former UFC heavyweight champion, has also ventured into the world of professional boxing, starring in 2 high-profile bouts. After more than 2 years away from mixed martial arts, the French-Cameroonian powerhouse made a spectacular return in October 2024, marking his PFL debut with a devastating knockout victory over Renan Ferreira to claim the title. In contrast, Tyson, a former undisputed heavyweight champion, is widely regarded as one of the greatest boxers in history. Now 58, he last fought professionally in June 2005 and returned for an exhibition match in November 2020. Iron Mike came out of retirement to face YouTuber-turned-boxer Paul in a highly anticipated heavyweight showdown that headlined Netflix's inaugural live boxing event. Ngannou has frequently shared that watching Tyson fight ignited his passion for boxing, inspiring him to journey across the globe and ultimately rise to MMA stardom while also pursuing a boxing career. Both Ngannou and Paul are now seen as key figures representing the PFL MMA organization. Paul, in particular, has teased the idea of making his MMA debut under the PFL banner in the near future.
This fight was just different. I feel like mentally locked in, like a lot less nerves than normal. I'm just getting so used to these moments. And honestly, fighting in a stadium, there was less it's less personal.
Yes.
So, and it's less loud. So it was actually like way less nerve-wracking.
Additionally, Ngannou is recognized for maintaining a friendly rapport with Paul, who notably acted as the moderator during the ceremonial pre-fight face-offs between Ngannou and Ferreira earlier this year. In any case, Ngannou didn't appear happy that Paul had won their boxing battle against Tyson. Ngannou tweeted that he would slap Paul. "Next time I see this Jake Paul guy, I'm gonna give him 2 or 3 slaps." Following his defeat to Jake Paul, Mike Tyson turned his attention to Jake's older brother Logan Paul, issuing a challenge that Logan appeared willing to accept. As of now, Jake's next opponent remains uncertain. In the meantime, Francis Ngannou, fresh off his victory over Renan Ferreira last month, has hinted at a potential return to either MMA or boxing sometime in the second quarter of 2025. The tweet mentioned earlier wasn't the first instance of him backing Tyson over Paul. In September 2024, during an appearance on the BS with Jake Paul podcast, the former UFC champion was asked if he believed Iron Mike would defeat the young boxer. In response, Ngannou implied, in Paul's face, that Tyson would easily defeat the influencer. He stated, "Yeah, I do. We're talking about Mike, bro. Mike is something else." Tyson's ability to endure all 8 rounds showcased his remarkable resilience. Yet, for many fans, the experience was hard to stomach. NBA stars Donovan Mitchell and Trae Young didn't shy away from expressing their thoughts on social media. Cleveland Cavaliers' Donovan Mitchell summed up his reaction with humor and concern, tweeting, "Please someone get Mike out of there," accompanied by a laughing emoji. He also criticized the event's streaming service, writing, "Netflix not locked in, man." Atlanta Hawks guard Trae Young echoed the frustration, commenting, "Mike not even swinging, dog," as Tyson spent much of the fight absorbing punches rather than delivering them. Former Celtics player Kendrick Perkins added his thoughts, predicting Tyson's exhaustion after the taxing bout. "Mike go sleep so good tonight." Despite the outcome, Tyson appeared at peace with his performance. Jake Paul acknowledged Tyson's legendary status while admitting his own concerns during the fight. "I was trying to hurt him a little bit. I was scared he was going to hurt me," Paul confessed, highlighting the respect and fear Tyson still commands at nearly 60 years old. For spectators, the fight served as a bittersweet reminder of Tyson's former glory. Though his peak remains unparalleled, the exhibition sparked debate over whether iconic figures should remain out of the ring. As one fan put it, it was a rare spectacle, giving today's audience a chance to witness the Iron Mike, who once reigned supreme in the sport. Moreover, KSA has taken aim at his longtime nemesis. The 31-year age difference was glaringly apparent during the main event, prompting many online viewers to express regret that it had been permitted to take place at all. Paul, however, refrained from going for the knockout against the significantly older opponent and even showed respect by bowing to Tyson after the bell. In contrast, his longtime rival and fellow YouTube sensation KSI was decidedly unimpressed. Taking to Instagram, KSI slammed the event as a sad watch and even went as far as to describe it as elderly abuse. KSI said, "Can't believe that this elderly abuse was even sanctioned." Even Even though the fight lasted all 8 rounds, it failed to impress many viewers. Several well-known streamers and influencers took to social media to voice their disappointment with the outcome. This was the biggest Paul scam I've ever seen, OTK co-owner and Twitch streamer Matthew Mizkiff wrote on X. I will not be tricked into watching a Jake Paul fight again, YouTube star Ludwig Ogren said. Some video producers even demanded that Paul compete against KSI, another well-known personality in the influencer boxing community. Fans have been anticipating a confrontation between Paul and KSI for years as their rivalry has grown. Jake Paul and KSI have been at the forefront of the influencer and YouTube boxing phenomenon. The journey began with KSI's 2018 showdown against Logan Paul, Jake's older sibling. From that moment, the two digital stars have consistently traded jabs, both verbal and in challenge form, across social media platforms. Despite all the verbal sparring, a showdown between the two still hasn't materialized, primarily because of their contrasting weight divisions. KSI has consistently shown a preference for fighting in a lighter class, whereas Paul has made it clear he's aiming for matchups in a heavier division. To provide some context, KSI's previous fight, where he was defeated by Tommy Fury, had him weighing in at 181.3 pounds.
We'll get the rematch and you'll win the rematch. Do you want that rematch?
You know what? You know what?
On the other hand, Jake Paul tipped the scales at 228.4 pounds for his latest bout, highlighting a substantial weight difference that has played a key role in postponing their anticipated clash. KSI has voiced strong disapproval of Jake Paul's upcoming match with Mike Tyson, labeling the event as disgusting. He suggested that, given Tyson's age, Paul would probably secure a knockout victory. Meanwhile, Hearn warned he might cancel Katie Taylor's post-fight press conference after her victory in defense of her undisputed lightweight titles, following Jake Paul's team blocking his access to her. The 38-year-old Irish fighter secured a contentious, unanimous decision win, despite having a point deducted. All 3 judges scored the match 95-94 in her favor. After successfully defending her titles once more, she was about to address the media when a heated exchange broke out between Matchroom's Hearn and Most Valuable Promotions. The dispute stemmed from their alleged refusal to allow him to speak at the press conference. In reply, Hearn, who manages athletes like Anthony Joshua, Shakur Stevenson, and Jaron Ennis, stated he would remove Taylor from the conference, effectively blocking the media from engaging with her and delivering a significant setback to MVP. "We're leaving," Hearn says in a clip obtained by Boxing King Media. He is then goaded by Brian Peters, another of Taylor's promoters, who accuses him of trying to act the shit and offers an ultimatum of 3 people attended the conference or 0. Hearn made his call by responding to Peters' ultimatum by saying, "Oh no, we're leaving." Ultimately, Taylor made her way to the press conference, where she took a moment to reflect on a deeply emotional win at 38, despite Serrano's claims of questionable judging and accusations of a deliberate headbutt. The European fighter had a point taken off due to a head clash, but ultimately secured a hard-fought 95-94 win over 10 rounds. She firmly rejected any accusations of using illicit tactics to defeat her opponent. Taylor said, "I knew it was an absolute slugfest in there, an absolute war. I definitely didn't agree with the point deduction. I certainly wasn't fighting dirty. Sometimes it gets rough in there." Coming back to the Jake versus Tyson fight, the response on social media mirrored this sentiment, as many quickly grew indifferent to what was supposed to be the biggest boxing event in recent memory. A likely factor contributing to the disappointment was the slew of connection problems on Netflix, where the fight was streamed live, leaving viewers frustrated with long buffering delays. While it was clear that Jake Paul had little support from the crowd, the boos were aimed at the entire spectacle, not solely at him. Ultimately, Paul secured the win with a unanimous decision. Paul, who is 31 years Tyson's junior, might have jumped in, but he subsequently acknowledged that he had let off the gas pedal. Tyson obviously ran out of gas early. "Definitely a bit. I wanted to give the fans a show," he said in his post-fight presser. Tyson did not speak with the media. Paul added, "I tried to give the best fight I possibly could, but when someone's just surviving in the ring, it's hard to make it exciting. I couldn't really get him to engage me or slip shots and do something super cool or whatever." That resulted in what many people consider to be a dull battle. In fact, Tyson's smack during Thursday's weigh-in could have been the most thrilling aspect of the entire situation. However, Paul claims that he doesn't give a damn about the criticism.
Will be released on Tuesday, but let's just say it's 6 times larger than what I thought the number was going to be in terms of viewership.
And what did you think it was going to be?
Well, I can't say because the numbers are coming out on Tuesday and they might be bigger than what I'm going to say, so we don't want people to run with it.
Just imagine Netflix crashing.
But let's just say let's just say it could be it's probably bigger than the Super Bowl.
Most Valuable Promotions co-founder Nakisa Badarian added, "The only way people would have been happy is if Jake lost. People would have been like, oh, what a great fight. Mike's a legend. If he knocked out Mike Tyson, it would have been rigged. It went 8 rounds. Mike wasn't trying. The fight wasn't good enough. It was an unbelievable display between a 58-year-old legend and 27-year-old relatively young boxer. And Paul outboxed Mike Tyson like he said he was going to do." Paul's early career increased to 11-1. In contrast to his 50 previous triumphs, the defeat was Tyson's 6th, with his most recent victory being on February 22, 2003. Tyson has now lost 4 of his previous 5 bouts and 3 of his most recent authorized bouts. Meanwhile, Colby Covington attended the Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson bout. Chaos thinks he might overcome the problem child after witnessing his strengths firsthand. Covington is widely considered one of the top wrestlers in the UFC's welterweight division. However, after revealing that he had dedicated most of his training to improving his boxing. Over recent years, the former interim champion expressed confidence in his ability to finish Paul. After the bout, the 36-year-old was questioned by Fight Hub TV, where he discussed his feelings regarding Tyson's loss. This is what he said: "I love seeing Mike out there doing what he loves to do. It's his passion. But I don't know, I think Jake looked a little soft tonight. He doesn't look like a real boxer, professional boxer that's been training the last 10 years. He needs to come see me one day, a guy that's in his prime that's gonna walk him down and have that cardio." He continued, "I did expect Paul to KO Tyson. Mike's a little bit older. I was just scared. I didn't want to see Mike get hurt. I'm happy he's walking out of that ring and he's healthy. I'd love to fight Jake Paul. He's talked a lot of about me in the past. That's all I've been practicing the last couple of years. Boxing and wrestling. Just pressure. Get him tired. He doesn't like to fight in the pocket. He likes to sit back. I wear on him, dirty box him, and I finish him inside 8 rounds for sure." So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.